Welcome to the RTPI Awards for Planning Excellence in the English Regions for 2021. Running for over 40 years, our awards provide an important opportunity to reflect, recognize, and reward the achievements of planning professionals, teams, organizations, and young planners at a local level where you are. It is through these awards that we can celebrate the very best, and in doing so, put planning in the spotlight for all to see. Through this achievement, we will continue to transform our communities, protect and enhance our environment, and help shape successful and resilient economies for future generations. As President, one of the most inspiring parts of my presidential year is going out to the nations and regions, meeting planners and teams in person, understanding how you have turned local challenges into opportunities for innovation, growth, and development through proactive communication and engagement with local communities. Today, in our regional awards ceremony, it is time to celebrate our joint effort to make our world a better place. Planners, we are at the forefront in tackling the environmental, social, and economic challenges of our times. Even during the pandemic, we have kept going, and now we are looking to the future to ensure a greener and healthier recovery. The wide range of excellent entries this year have kept our judges busy over the last few months. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the judges for volunteering their time, knowledge, and expertise. I would also like to thank all the sponsors whose support enabled these awards to take place and also help to widen the reach of showcasing best practice. I'm delighted to hear that across the nations and regions, we had over 110 entries this year, and from what I've been told, narrowing down the shortlist has been quite a challenge. If you are inspired by what you see and hear today, we would encourage you to enter into the 2022 RTPI Awards for Planning Excellence, opening early in the new year. Finally, to find out more about the finalists in your region and the winners of the awards, I now hand over to your regional chair. Best of luck, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you, Wei, and welcome all to the RTPI Southeast Awards for Planning Excellence 2021 on YouTube. Today we will showcase each of our Southeast finalists and find out who has been selected to win an award. Our regional awards have gone from strength to strength in recent years, with entries reflecting the diversity of planning achievements across the Southeast. There is an abundance of talent and professionalism in the planning sector, whether this is seen in an individual or a team, urban or rural practice, large or small in scale, new build or regeneration. This year we have shortlisted 8 entries for consideration by our judging panel. It's been a pleasure to lead this year's judging panel along with my fellow judges, Ellie Gingle of Cherwell District Council, Stephen Harness of MOD Defence Infrastructure Organisations, Simon Taylor of MHCLG and our RTPI Southeast Chair, Stephanie Weeks of Carter Jonas, Dr Christopher Maidment of the University of Reading, Joanne Dennis-Jones of GL Hearn, and Daniel Young of Oxford City Council and last year's Young Planner of the Year award winner. As ever, we are grateful to the judges who have generously volunteered their expertise and time, and to our sponsor Savills, whose generous support allows us to recognise and celebrate the best the region has to offer. After a busy and in-depth judging process, we're delighted to announce the winners this year and hope you will join us in celebrating the achievements of both the winners and shortlisted finalists. This year's overall winner will be automatically shortlisted in the RTPI's National Awards for Planning Excellence in 2022. Before I hand over to our judges to introduce the different awards, I would like to thank all of those who entered the regional awards this year and encourage all planners to look at their projects and skills and consider submitting an entry in future years to showcase the best in our industry. I will now hand over to Stephanie Weeks to introduce the first shortlisted project entry for the RTPI Southeast Awards for Planning Excellence.
Thank you, Gareth. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce the first shortlisted entry for the plan making category. It's Southwater Neighbourhood Development Plan submitted by Squires Planning. Southwater have taken neighbourhood planning to heart. The team of interested local people have, with consultant support, prepared a development strategy for their community that not only takes onboard local and national requirements, but will also deliver meaningful benefits for local people. The community wanted to maintain a single centre settlement. The plan not only achieves this, but also allocates land for 450 homes set amongst 8 hectares of public open space. It introduces tree planting requirements, identifies parish heritage assets and local green spaces, and much, much more. What's more, it received 2,440, that's 82.5% yes votes at referendum. The next shortlist is Winchester City Council local plan consultation, submitted by Winchester City Council. The approach towards community engagement on the local plan that took place during the national lockdown was inspirational. It demonstrated how technology can be used in a really positive way to engage with a range of audience across different age groups. The strategic planning team used a variety of techniques, including the opportunity to participate in several interactive events, rather than the straightforward way of presenting information and asking for feedback. The new local plan website is designed to be easy to read, visually interesting, and appeal to all ages, especially younger people. The outcome of the consultation has been extremely positive and inclusive. Over to you, Joanne, for the next shortlist.
Thank you, Stephanie. And the next shortlisted is Local Plan and SIL Economic Viability Assessment, submitted by Aspinall Verdi, Property Regeneration Consultant. Aspinall Verdi provided economic viability advice for South Oxfordshire District Council on the new local plan. They offered innovative site promoter engagement, appraising a long list of potential strategic allocations. Landowners and site promotions were challenged to provide transparency of benchmark land value and any guaranteed minimum values before site allocations. This led to strategic site promoters providing transparency around benchmark land values, actual minimum land values, stress testing the consequences of strategic infrastructure cost. This led to the inclusion of paragraph 14 in PPG and enabling other authorities to gain greater confidence about delivery, not just viability. And now the winner goes to the RTPI South East Award for Excellence in Plan Making Practice. Category is, drumroll, Winchester City Council Local Plan Consultation, submitted by Winchester City Council. This was a standout submission, which fully encompassed the judging criteria. Particularly noteworthy was how the climate action was embedded from the outset, and the topics were tethered to the UN Sustainable Development Goals. Overall, the judges considered it to be innovative and collaborative, with a successful modification of approach due to the pandemic. The judges liked the long and short-term use of the polls, the user-friendly standalone website, and mobile applications, but coupled with guest speakers, advertising on bus stops, and a really careful consideration of the details. This provided a breadth and depth of activities to ensure successful engagement, particularly with those hard-to-reach user groups. The judges considered the consultation strategy went above and beyond what was expected. The judges were impressed with the approach of seeing the consultation from a layperson's view, by engaging external consultants to ensure a lack of jargon and speaking in plain English to get the key messages across, something us planners always struggle with. And the partnership working shone through. The judges noted the positive relationships between the external consultants, the public bodies, and across boundaries to deliver the project successfully. Finally, the reflective nature of the submission was welcomed, which highlighted the lessons learned for the next stages, but also in providing transferable ideas for other local authorities to benefit from their innovation and experience. Well done.
Thank you, Joanne. And now we go on to the next category, which is going to be excellence in planning delivery. And the shortlist here is one entry. It's Earth Lab, submitted by Earth Trust. Earth Trust is an environmental learning charity championing accessible green spaces for all. They care for diverse green spaces of different sizes, from smaller wildlife havens and iconic landscapes, and including over 1,200 acres of farmland, wetland, woodland and 5 community reserves. Their mission is to give people access to an experience of the environment through green spaces, and together understand what we can do to care for the planet. Their project, Earth Lab, is designed to bring their engagement vision to life through a building that educates a range of different groups about the environment in a setting that is itself designed to be sustainable, sensitive and responsive to its highly protected surroundings. And I'm very pleased to announce a commendation goes to Earth Trust for Earth Lab. The judges were impressed with the well-rounded contribution of Earth Lab to addressing the Sustainable Development Goals. These range from the showcasing of highly sustainable construction techniques, such as glulam beams, rammed earth walls, and a wildflower planted roof, and the use of local construction firm, through to the building's key role in educating a variety of groups about the environment at a time when this is more important than ever. The judging panel also noted that this permission had been achieved in a highly protected environment. The site is within the North Wessex Downs area of outstanding natural beauty and is also in close proximity to Castle Hill, a scheduled ancient monument. However, Earth Trust were able to work proactively with South Oxfordshire District Council throughout the process, from project's inception to the signing off of planning conditions, and to achieve a development that responds to and respects this highly sensitive environment. Many congratulations to the Earth Trust team. And now I hand over to Stephen for the Planning Team of the Year award.
Thank you, Chris. And now for the Planning Team of the Year. The first shortlisted entry is Bloomfield's Chartered Town Planners. Bloomfields is an independent firm of chartered town planners providing planning and development consultancy services. In 2013, the practice merged with Lambert and Foster to build upon the reputation of both companies and to expand their level of services. However, the practice maintains its ethos of personally managing each individual case. Bloomfield's philosophy is to provide honest, clear and sound planning advice with the highest standard of professional integrity. The next shortlisted team is DHA Planning. DHA has grown to be the largest independent multidisciplinary planning consultancy in the South East, offering town planning and development, transport, design, environmental impact, infrastructure and land advice and support to clients across the UK. Founded in 1986, DHA has been built on the performance of its expert and highly motivated team, thanks to its investment in staff development and a commitment to delivering high quality support and planning advice. DHA recognises its role in supporting the economic development of the area it serves and is an active member of those organisations and partnerships responsible for driving growth and employment. And the RTPI South East Award for Planning Team of the Year goes to DHA Planning. The judges noted that DHA had imaginative, multidisciplinary approaches and a diverse range of projects, and that feedback from clients on some major schemes was very positive about the role DHA had performed going above and beyond. The judges felt that a standout feature of the submission was DHA's long-term approach to staff retention and progression, supporting volunteering, development of an in-house training and including an in-house university and development initiatives, plus wider engagement with other planners. The consultancy has been supporting local authorities to meet the challenge of team shortages. The judges also noted that DHA was supporting the wider profession through running CPD events and legal updates, engaging with the third sector and supporting RTPI activities. So congratulations DHA Planning. And now we go to the Young Planner category. Over to you, Gareth.
And now for the RTPI South East Young Planner of the Year Award 2021. This year we have again welcomed an inspiring range of young planner nominations who are excelling in their respective fields. It's so important to recognise the achievements and aspiration of young planners as they're crucial to both the future and also the present relevance of the Institute. There are 8,000 members of the RTPI's Young Planners Networks, which provide support, learning and networking between like-minded planners, especially through the APC process and in their early careers. Young planners are actively shaping the places where they work and are at the forefront of planning for climate change, health and inclusivity, and we want to showcase their ideas, attitudes and creativity through these awards. We're therefore asking everyone to consider nominating their colleagues for future awards where they too could act as a positive role model in our industry. Nominees can work in any sector of the industry. We're looking for outstanding young planners who can demonstrate a contribution to planning or significant career achievements in recent years. Entrants can nominate themselves or be nominated by a colleague or peer. All this leaves me to say is good luck to our 3 shortlisted entrants this year, and I wish them all the best.
That's great, thank you. So here we go. The first shortlist is Zoe Knott, an Associate Planner from Nexus Planning. With a passion and drive for promoting planning and sustainable placemaking, Zoe currently works at Nexus Planning in Reading with a focus on residential development. She leads on a number of large-scale residential developments, also often leading on the EIA. She's an excellent team worker and cares about the progression of those around her and promoting the profession. Zoe is a former chair of Surrey Young Planners and has taken an active role in diversity and inclusion at Nexus Planning, as well as recruiting planning apprentices.
Hi, my name's Zoe Knott and I'm an Associate Director at Nexus Planning. I chose a career in planning following a geography degree where I learned that I have a real interest in the built environment and shaping it for our future. To me, planning provides us with an opportunity to change the community for the better and also come up with high urban design, which I think is really important in this current day and age.
The next shortlisted entry is Joshua Melnor, a planning associate at Barton Wilmore. Joshua leads on a variety of major development schemes across the southeast, using his passion for planning as a tool to improve the quality of places in which people live, work and play, the quality of the natural environment and securing betterment for climate change and health and well-being. Joshua strives to meet and exceed the expectations of others, formulating and delivering planning strategies for clients across a variety of sectors, while also ensuring the next generation of planners are well equipped to continue achieving outstanding results and planning excellence.
Hi, my name is Joshua Meller. I'm a planning associate working for Barton Wilmore Planning. I first became fascinated in planning because I was always interested in how people and places interact, and how we as individuals and the collective can influence those places to create betterment for the future. As a candidate for RTPI South East Young Planner of the Year, I've clearly already been identified as someone who does advocate for young planning as part of that system. But I'm really keen to continue to champion how great young planners are and continue to provide the support and the advice to fellow young planners to ensure that their careers do advance at the pace they should do and they are able to create those fantastic places for people.
And the final shortlist is Chloe Duggan, a planning consultant from Stantec. Chloe is currently working on delivering a range of strategic, high-profile infrastructure projects across the UK. Having started her career in transport planning, Chloe has made the move into town planning 2 years ago with clear enthusiasm and commitment to the sustainable delivery of major projects and positive engagement with communities as part of the infrastructure planning process. Chloe is a strong advocate for diversity and inclusion in planning and planning as a career path for young people, playing an active role in Stantec's multidisciplinary developing professionals group and women in planning as well.
I'm Chloe Duggan and I'm a planner at Stantec. I started my career in planning because I've always had an interest in the built environment and how planning has shaped people and places. To me, planning means preserving the best of the past and promoting the best of the future to achieve sustainable development. I think my priority as a young planner is to engage with and continue to share ideas, thoughts, innovations with my peers and the wider profession.
And with that, it's now time to announce the winner.
I'm honoured to award a commendation to an exceptional young planner who impressed the judges with her ongoing commitment to engaging with and supporting other young planners and those who aspire to join the profession. Chloe Duggan from Stantec. The judges were impressed by her energy and the proactive way in which she has sought to broaden her knowledge and experience of planning and to develop herself as a professional so early in her career. Chloe also demonstrates an ongoing commitment to the profession with her regular input into the mentoring scheme at her local university. She's clearly a role model for other young planners who wish to develop themselves and to support others in their networks to do the same. Congratulations, Chloe. And now, the South East Young Planner of the Year 2021 goes to Zoe Knott from Nexus Planning. Zoe is a passionate and driven young planner who takes an active role in leading large projects and has developed a variety of experience in planning. Her energy and enthusiasm in her work was clear to the judges, and she demonstrates a solid understanding of the role of planners in championing the protection and enhancement of the environment through the development process. The judges were also impressed by Zoe's commitment to driving inclusivity and diversity in the profession. Zoe is an active proponent for ensuring equal access to opportunities for every planner, regardless of their background, particularly those at the start of their careers. This commitment is clear in the active role she has taken in setting up the Surrey Young Planners Network, as well as in her ongoing support in the recruitment of new apprentices and the time she takes to provide them with ongoing guidance and mentoring. Congratulations, Zoe, and we wish her every success.
And now it is time for this year's Chairs Award. This award recognises planning teams, organisations or individuals who have demonstrated innovation during the COVID-19 pandemic to deliver tasks and projects to the highest standard and continue to engage with local communities. This year's winner is Hampshire County Council for their ongoing work to bring forward local cycling and walking infrastructure plans for the county. These plans build on the county's existing strategies for cycling and walking to improve existing networks through a much more targeted approach. In partnership with the charity Sustrans, Hampshire County Council looks to bring forward 5 local cycling and walking infrastructure plans across the county for Fareham, Gosport, Havant, Eastleigh and Southern Test Valley. To initiate a community discussion on its plans, Hampshire County Council has successfully used PlanTech via the Commonplace consultation platform to clearly illustrate where these new cycling and walking routes are going to be, as well as where targeted improvements need to be made to existing routes. Through the consultation, respondents have been able to reply to these proposals via traditional survey, as well as placing comments directly on the maps, which other people can either like, upvote and also share further information. This gives it a much more of a conversational feel. So by designing the consultation in a very simple and highly visual way, it means that there is a high level of engagement from the community. And it also demonstrates that it has been an excellent example on how social media types and techniques can be used effectively when looking at infrastructure planning. The use of PlanTech has enabled Hampshire County Council to put community at its heart in devising safer cycling and walking routes across the county, supporting wider objectives to create better options for sustainable travel, mitigate impacts of climate change, and also encourage healthier environments. So congratulations to Hampshire County Council. So now it's time for the awaited moment. I'm very pleased to announce that the overall winner of the RTPI South East Awards for Planning Excellence 2021 goes to Winchester City Council for their local plan consultation. Winchester City Council local plan consultation represents a real planning success story, demonstrating excellence in local engagement as well as a real commitment to learning from the exercise and reaching as many stakeholders as possible. This project leads the way for improved short-term as well as for future consultation processes with excellent collaborative working, monitoring, review and dissemination of results. It demonstrates real-world adaptability and effective use of new tools such as polls, software and mobile applications. We would highly recommend that you look at their work as an example of best practice for local plan consultations for your own areas as well. So congratulations go to Winchester City Council. And that concludes our South East Virtual Awards. I would like to congratulate all the winners and the finalists for giving us the opportunity to share in your successes in driving forward planning excellence. These awards are a wonderful reflection of the bright, the bold, the beautiful, and may we reflect on these as we move forward. A massive thank you again to this year's headline sponsor Savills for supporting the awards, and to the judging panel in particular for dedicating your time, knowledge and expertise throughout the judging process. If you're interested in becoming involved in the regional awards as an entry, a judge or a sponsor, please contact southeast@rtpi.org.uk. Again, congratulations to all of the winners. The new and refreshed RTPI Awards for Planning Excellence will open again for entry very soon. Finally, keep inspiring, create excellence, and be proud of the difference that you are making. Again, thanks very much for celebrating with us, and best wishes from the whole of the South East.